What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Real Spill. Today, we got some interesting topics to cover for y'all. I got my boy Awaiz and Raadhu. Tell them what y'all do, man.
So my name is Awaiz, you know what I'm saying? I'm Rashi's boy through a mutual friend. And you know, the more I get to know him, it's on just learning new shit, constantly developing my mind. What I do personally is I do fitness coaching, and I teach people how they can also do fitness coaching, you know what I'm saying? Through Instagram, through TikTok, everything like that. Make kids money, get people in shape, everything like that. But a lot of that has to do with the mind, you know what I'm saying? It has to do with getting yourself in shape, mentally especially, and physically. So I'm looking forward to this shit, man. Raadhu?
And I'm Raadhu. I run a fashion company, and that's my whole thing, you know, designing streetwear, jewelry, all types of creative stuff. Also a graffiti artist, you know, and just hopping on the pod.
All right, man. Good introductions, y'all. All right, so today, we're finna get into how to rework your mind in order to be productive as a person that can actually develop something for yourself as opposed to destroying your surroundings, destroying the people's minds around you, following stuff that don't make no sense. Let's get to the real spill. Alright, so I'm gonna say for Awaiz, what has been a strong driving force for you in actually changing the way you view yourself and the way you view your surroundings in order to be successful?
It's a really good question, bro. And it's developed, you know, since I was 16, 17, every single time. It's been a different reason why. But the main thing, like the main reason, would be just hating basic shit, bro. Like hating the way I live my life, you know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck am I here? Why am I having to do this? Excuse my language, but you know, why do I have to do this, bro? Like, why am I living this life when there's people literally living my dream life? And why are they living that life like that? Why do they look at fucking money differently? Why do they look at everything differently? Like, what do I have to develop to actually live that life, you know what I'm saying? And it's not linear, it's not yes or no. You either grow it or you don't, but it's like always continuous, you know what I'm saying? So I'm continually learning new shit, developing my mind, making sure that I get in the right mindset that these people who are living the life that I want, who I feel like if I do that, I'm gonna be much more happier, much more experiencing more gratitude, you know what I'm saying? So I had to, man, I had no other option to.
Hey, if I can add on to that, I think that, you know, you're talking about how there's people where you want to be, you know, above you or whatever, right, in the same industry or whatever. I look at people in the fashion industry that are above me, and I think, what can I learn from that person? Instead of being jealous or instead of, you know, thinking that they're better than me, I think they're my peer and I can learn something from them, you know? Yeah. So what do you think about that, Rashi?
Interesting topics. I would say both of y'all are actually very, very bright when it comes to making decisions for yourself and for y'all businesses in general. Because me being around the both of y'all for the time that I have, I've seen the level of critical thinking that y'all use in order to get stuff done. And from that's something that I emulate myself from my peers, you feel me? So when it comes down to actually changing your mind, it's an eternal, deep process you gotta go through. There's some levels to this. There's some levels to it. And y'all don't feel me? It's a certain way, a certain vibe you give off after you get there. How you get there is going internal. Start on the inside. That's what I believe. Start on the inside. Everything that you notice about yourself that you don't like, work against it. Don't fight yourself, but fight what you don't want in yourself. From there, you move forward, and now you can actually have a more clear perspective on what you want to get done in your life. If you remove all of that trash, now you got a clean slate to move forward.
Exactly, man. That's pretty much you summing it up. That's the whole concept behind it. You know what I'm saying? It's always just experiencing new things, learning new things, getting over obstacles, making sure that you kind of trust yourself in the process too. Like vision, you have a goal, but it's like enjoying the process too. You know we gotta go through some struggles here and there. You know we gotta actually go through some hard times because we know on the other side of that is like pleasure. It's like the reward. It's like, damn, that shit didn't kill me. It didn't kill me, but I'm here stronger now. And that's that feeling that we're constantly feeling after everything. And we're going through that process every single day. You know what I'm saying?
And also, I was telling you a few days ago, Rashi, like about 3 years ago, I moved to Chicago, right? And I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, let me write down everything I don't like about myself, right? And I was writing shit down. Oh, I have no money. Oh, I don't have friends in Chicago because I just moved here. Blah, blah, blah. Continue the list, right? And I changed every single one of those things, right? Because you can. It's all within your own life that you can change stuff. It's all your perception of how you really want to be. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta give that power to yourself. That's how I view it, at least.
Yeah, no, you're not wrong. Definitely taking control, you feel me? Like taking control over yourself as opposed to letting the world tell you what you are, or letting other people tell you who you are, or tell you about yourself. Know who you are. As opposed to, oh, well, I know the type of person you are. No, you don't, because you're not me. You feel me? I know who I am, and I'm not going to sit here and let you tell me who I am. You feel me? You can battle against people's opinion of you, because if you know that that's the vision of who they are to you and who you are to them, that ain't got nothing to do with you. That's all personal perspective, all personal interest. You feel me? Don't take anybody's critical point of view as anything to walk and stand on, because that's shaping.
Yeah.
If somebody got something to say about you, they haven't taken enough deeper dive in themselves to see themselves.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing, right? Like, you're the only person that knows yourself the best, right? There are all these other people out here judging you of their limited perceptions of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've been in your life the whole time, so you're always gonna know yourself the best. So how are you gonna let other people influence your decisions and your mindset and stuff like that when you can influence your own mindset and your own decisions and change your own life? You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
I agree.
So would you guys say that you know yourselves? Why?
I'll say I recently found myself, you know? Like, I used to carry, you know, I had a rough childhood, I had a rough time growing up and stuff like that. And I recently found myself, and I think all it is just releasing whatever negative energy you have in your heart, whatever negative energy you have in your vibration, you know? And, like, I had so much anger. I'm gonna be real, I had so much anger, you know? And as soon as I just released that all, I was living a better life, you know? So through that process, I feel like I got to know myself. You know what I'm saying?
So would you say you found yourself?
I'll say I found myself. You know, I'm where I want to be and not where I want to be at the same time. You know, I'm 21 years old, but I'm making a decent amount of money. You know, in comparison to my peers, I'm doing great for myself. You know, and so both, you know, spiritually, financially, socially, in all types of ways. You know, and so I'll look at myself and, you know, compare myself to people that have been in the same industry, the fashion industry and jewelry industry, way longer than me, and be like, why am I not there yet? But I feel like there's a balance of patience and grind, you know? Like, what's up?
In what?
In what? In your professional life. I'm talking more, you know? Like, you gotta have the patience to know you're gonna get there. You also have to have the grind to get there.
Facts.
You know? Like,
Well put.
like, you have to take your rest days, right? You know that.
Celebrate yourself.
Mr. Awaiz lifts, you know that.
Celebrate yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong with that.
You gotta take your rest days though.
That reminds me of one of my favorite quotes. It's I forgot who said it, but I saw, I think, in one of Iman Ghazi's videos. He said, I think so, but he said, a perfect man's life is a man who knows where he wants to go, has a path to get there, and is enjoying the process on the way there. You know what I'm saying? And every time I think that, I'm like, bro, like that's me living a perfect life. Because you know you're gonna get it. You know that you are gonna get it, and you see a path for it. You know exactly what you want, and you're enjoying that process. It goes back to what we were talking about earlier, about enjoying that struggle because it's on the path to something that you want to become. That person you want to become. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you guys are both doing right now. You guys know, you know, I have like a good enough understanding of the path to get to where I want to be. You know what y'all want to do. You guys have those goals. You're not letting them kind of like crush them or bring them down to a certain standard, but you guys have your own goals and you have a path clear enough for you guys to take new steps every single day. You guys are always progressing, and it's hard, bro. But that's the journey, and y'all enjoying that journey right there. That's what we're struggling.
Yeah, you gotta find a way to enjoy it, because I mean, if you gonna build something for yourself, you gotta enjoy it while you're doing it, because otherwise you're gonna begin to hate the process. And if you hate the process, you're not trusting the process. If you're not trusting the process, you get no results.
What do we got right here, man? We got a little representation of the yin and yang. What's the, you know, the great ancient Chinese, they killed it when they made the yin and yang. half light, half dark. You can't get the light without the dark.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't experience all the light in life. We won't be able to experience it unless we experience the dark, right? If there's no light, when there's light, there is dark. When there's light, there's darkness. You know that quote?
When there's darkness, there's light as well.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right? When you're in hard times, you gotta understand there is light at the end of that tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you gotta bring yourself to that light. That's the thing, right?
You only experience that difference between the bad times and the good times. That's all you experience.
Yeah.
A kid who's born into a rich family who's taking PJs back and forth for every season they're traveling, like they don't even get to actually realize like how nice that shit is. Compared to somebody who grew up broke or didn't have that life at all, had to make it himself. He experiences that difference because he was one time in a low state, in the darkness, compared to where he came out to the light. Right? That's all you experience in life.
So, what do you guys consider failure in your life? Like, what would you consider failure?
That's a crazy question.
You know what I'm saying?
I would say I don't actually take the word failure into my vocabulary because I don't believe there's a such thing as failure. You only learn lessons. You feel me? So if I was to say I'm on a football field with the rest of my team, right? And say they throwing me a 40-yard pass where I'm wide receiver. And I go to catch that ball and I butterfinger it and I drop it, right? I don't consider that failure. That means I'm learning my lesson in this moment to not do what I did. I'm studying myself. You feel me? Okay, what did I do to not make that catch this time?
Life
Okay,
is just
now I'm gonna change what I'm doing to get a different result. So when it comes down to that, that's how I view it. I don't see failure, I see a lesson. Okay?
Analysis.
Yeah.
You feel me? I analyze the situation as opposed to, oh man, I failed, what am I gonna do? No, it's, I learned a lesson. How am I gonna move forward?
Okay. It's just, you know, I would like to say life is just wins or lessons. There's no such thing as failure.
Yeah.
But to answer that question though, you know, whatever he said, every single thing about it I agree with, you know what I'm saying? But another thing to add on top of that would be my definition of failure. It's a really hard question, I'm not gonna lie, but it's like not trying. I think that's the only failure. Not trying.
Not trying.
I'm at to that one, I ain't gonna lie.
That's valid. That's valid.
That's real
Honestly,
valid.
that's valid.
Not trying.
Not
Because
trying.
the universe is
Not
so
even
rewarding,
trying.
bro. The universe is so rewarding. If you actually try in anything in life,
Yeah.
you're gonna become successful. If you actually try with no distractions, with no TikTok,
That's facts.
with no Netflix, Fortnite, none of that shit, bro. But if you actually try with anything, man, you can become something good.
Okay.
Maybe not a
Cool.
talent, maybe not
Bro.
number one, but that's only failure, bro.
Yeah.
Actually just not trying. Because then how the fuck you know you're not good or bad at it? You never tried.
Exactly.
You know, that regret that you live
Exactly.
with kills you inside. That's the biggest regret in life, is actually having regrets. Actually, a little personal story, bro. I was in school to be a doctor, right? I always enjoyed chemistry class. I always enjoyed science. Got into school, presidential scholarship, everything like that. I was on track to become a doctor. But I was like, you know, do I really enjoy this shit? Like, is this something that I actually want to do? Or, you know, I started hating that shit, bro. I lost my passion for it. I was trying to be a doctor. Bro, it's such a bad experience because I had to put in so much hours, actually try so hard. It's not even something I want to do. So I was like, okay, let me try something else. But one of my professors told me right before I dropped out, she said, you know, at least you can live with the fact, you can live knowing the fact that you at least try to become a doctor. And you tried it. You can't live in the future with that regret of, what if I actually like becoming a doctor? What if I enjoyed that process?
Put your foot out there, you got that foot in the door to say, you know what, as opposed to thinking about it, I'm gonna do it. You feel me? And that's how I'm gonna figure out if I like it. If it's for me, if it ain't for you.
That's how you make
You feel me?
experiences.
And you know what, I'm gonna input something in there for the people that's watching. If there's a family member or something in general, they're imposing something on you that you should be this or you should be that, and if that's not what you want to do, don't let them fuel or ruin your dreams. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, it's your life. Your parents might want you to be a doctor, or they might want you to be a police officer or the military or anything like that, but it's life at the end of the day. Don't let nobody tell you the direction that you should go in, because you know that on the inside, what you like and what you don't like. Don't be afraid to try different things, because you won't know if you don't try.
But let me speak on that failure piece because, you know, I'm the one that asked the question. But to me, as an artist, you know, failure is being forced in a position that I don't want to, right? To me, art is freedom, right? The only reason I make clothes, the only reason I'm a designer is because it's an expression of my art that is easily spread, you know? Like, every time I make a piece of art, it's not for myself, you know, it's to see what kind of images I can draw. To me, my art is to display different ideas in different people's minds. You know, the way that I see art, like, I'll give you all a story. One time I drew an art piece for my brother, you know, it was his birthday, right? And I drew an art piece for my older brother, right? And I drew it thinking, you know, it was abstract, but I saw this one thing, it was a bird, you know? But he saw a completely different thing in that art. I don't remember what he told me he saw, but he saw a completely different thing in that art, and he liked it more than when I told him it was a bird.
Wow.
You know, he liked it more being the other thing that he saw than a bird, like how I drew it. Exactly. So art is in the eye of the beholder, you know. But back to the failure piece, you know. To me, failure is honestly going corporate. You know, to me, that's the death of your creativity. That's the death of your personality. Is going corporate.
I hear you on that.
And I've worked corporate for, you know, a decent amount of time. I was working corporate as a salesperson for a little bit of time, and you know, I can say I've done it, been there, done that, don't want to go back. You know, I'm happier drawing my art, designing my clothes, doing my stuff, you know what I'm saying? So to me, that's what failure is, for real. It's just
Yeah, but the thing about corporate is just it limits people's aspirations. It limits people's drive.
you become a yes man. You become a yes man.
Literally, it kills that fire inside your heart, because every single man, I believe, has a fire in their heart that either when they're younger or when they get older, they're conditioned to let that shit go out in their heart. You know what I'm saying? That's why they like being told what to do all the time.
I say that's dreaming. That's dreaming.
Yeah.
You know, they say
see,
kids dream.
That's what it's there for. The person that owns that corporate position, CEO, he living his dream. He run all these people. You feel me? He run every single one of these dreams that died under him. He got the opportunity to help fund them dreams too at the same time. But is it gonna help fund his dream?
Corporate greed.
Corporate greed. There's no love for the people. So now, when these people get involved and these people start to realize that, you know what, I don't want to live this lifestyle. You feel me? I don't want to live this type of lifestyle. Then what happens? What happens to that man's dream at the top because he built it on everybody's back? It's gonna crumble. Because if you ain't helping your people that's under you while you building your dream, because you didn't get there by yourself.
The whole building gonna crumble. The whole tower gonna crumble.
Everything
If you don't have a
gonna
strong
crumble.
foundation.
You're not handling and standing on your business.
That's what's going on. They're conditioning us to kill that fire. Fucking just listen, not think big. Let them know that this is really good. Oh my God, go to college for 4 years and get a degree for a job that, you know, you're gonna be working for somebody else. Like, this is really good, man. You got a manager position, good stuff, bro. You're still making somebody else more money for your time and you're working there, and you're not even doing something that you necessarily, you know, would be enjoying to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's why, you know, some people I feel like have a purpose in life and they just work corporate and fulfill their purpose outside of money. For example, family. Bro, these Mexicans out in everywhere, like especially in the union, bro, my best friend, they work together as a family.
When you need
We work together as a family, go back home, eat together as a family. That's their life, that's their bigger purpose. So it's not corporate though, but there's a similar models in actual corporate jobs too. What is it like family?
Yeah.
That's how you guys over there.
I'll say the corporate job I worked at, they would say, we're all a family. You know, we're all a family. We all help each other. And I'm still connected to those people that I worked at corporate. I'm not going to say the name of the company, but I'm still friends with those people that I worked at. I'm still friends with my bosses and my managers and my coworkers that I was with at that company. You know what I'm saying? So there is a certain level of, you know, connectiveness and family building in a corporate environment. I'm not going to discredit that.
They build that.
But I think if you are somebody like us three, who have that fire inside them, who decided, you know what, when I grow up as an adult, I'm not gonna stop dreaming, you know, then I'm gonna pursue my dreams. I'm gonna become the corporation instead of working for it, you know? then you can do that. Then you can do that. Because if you feel uncomfortable in a corporate environment, then that's really not for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really not for you.
It take that experience though, because some people actually find comfort in the corporate environment. You know, not everybody has this big dream or lifestyle where they want this and they want that. Some people are actually comfortable living with family, simple life. You know, ain't nothing wrong with that. But I ain't gonna lie, I've sold my dreams a few times. You feel me? Military, spent 6 years overseas in Japan. I mean, that's the best thing I got out of it. The fact that I got to go overseas. You feel me? Other than that, it was straight chaos and turmoil, just in a disciplined setting. It helped me become the man who I wanted to be today. It was still my choice to go, but I had to go to figure out that it wasn't for me.
Well, let me ask you a question. Actually, to that question, that how old are you right now, bro?
26.
Bro, how long were you in the Army for?
I was in the Marine Corps.
My bad.
No,
How long were you in the Marine Corps
for about 6 years.
Okay, so it's not, oh my God, my life was this, that. Those are 6 years that nobody else got to experience, but you living is you experiencing that. Because now you're 26, now you can do whatever the fuck you want. But those past 6 years, bro, you put it into something, and now you have a fucking story. Now you have those memories, bro. What do you want to do? Like, that's actually the main reason why I don't like college and corporate jobs 9 to 5 is because you're told what to do every single step of the way, and you're just conditioned just to fall into the system, like what they say, the rat race.
Well, you know what? I ain't gonna lie. That's pretty much the same development system of the Marine Corps. The whole military system, they whip you into falling into line. You feel me, bro?
I feel like with strictness, with something like that, they all have one mission, and it's to protect the nation of America, bro. USA.
Yeah. It's a single agenda. You feel me? The whole agenda is the same across the board: protect, serve, and develop. Really. So just get as far as you can, and the whole agenda of war and power. But it was irrelevant to me because once I got more and once I got higher in rank, essentially, I started realizing that people started caring more for the money and not for the Marines and not for the actual service members. So it's like they'll come to work just to do their job, not caring about none of the military service members that's around them that they got to work with, high rank or low rank. They don't care. You feel me? Not to talk down on the Marine Corps, but at the time when I was serving, that's what was going on. So I had to realize, okay, we here fighting for war, and two, we here fighting the war, protect our families. But I'm all the way overseas, and the only war I'm fighting here is mental health war. You feel me? Because there's nothing going on. It was just stupidness in garrison. You feel me? Just getting treated dumb, getting treated less than you were. Which again, that's boot camp stuff. You shouldn't be experiencing that outside of the war. So that's what made me think, okay, they're not here for my personal development in any way, shape, or form. I'm gonna be here for my personal development. I'm gonna get what I can out of this, and I'm gonna hit the road. They did whatever they could to keep me. No, I'm not for it. I'm gone. You feel me? And I had to do that to realize it was for me, or it wasn't for me.
And I think this is, like, we can tie this historically. Like, this is all a consequence of the Industrial Revolution. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're talking about school, we're talking about the Marine Corps, we're talking about corporate life, we're talking about all of this stuff, how it's institutionalized, and how you're meant to be on an assembly line, and you're meant to do what you're told, and everything like that. That's a consequence of the Industrial Revolution. People were trained to be on assembly lines and listen and just do these non-creative, low labor jobs to benefit the US government. And they don't want people building shit for themselves. They don't. They don't, you know?
You know what's crazy? Just add on to that, right? What they call the matrix nowadays. That's
Matrix.
The only way to get out of that is to not go through that system or become one of their top 0.01% players.
You feel me?
You got for yourself.
Yeah.
Or you could start a business, man, and escape that traditional route and do something else, you know? So that's why I don't promote that 9 to 5 traditional lifestyle, bro. You're still stuck in the matrix. You're still being told what type of house you gotta live in, what type of car you have to drive, how you have to work 8 hours a day, and maybe weekends. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, that's what.
You know what's crazy? So my grandparents have lived in California, LA, you know, for their whole lives, but they recently last summer moved up to Oregon.
Yeah.
You know, and they moved to Albany, Oregon. If any of y'all know Albany, Oregon, shout out Albany, Oregon. But they moved up there to like a new community out there, and I was looking at the houses. I was driving into their neighborhood and stuff, and all of the houses looked exactly the same, bro. They had 3 different house types, and they just copy and pasted all of them. Just in a whole neighborhood of fucking 50 houses, you know what I'm saying?
Like, they got service housing. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
He talking about.
But they just had copy and paste houses, just 3 different houses, 50 houses, 3, like, just copy and paste on the block. And it was crazy to me. Like, it felt so like fake.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It felt fake. Yeah.
And
it felt like Newtown.
Bro, you're getting forced to live a life that was told that you're supposed to live. Like, no, but like they told you to live that life, and you just live it. You're not questioning. Maybe, okay, this is something else that I want to do that doesn't fit into college or fucking 9 to 5, but what if I want to start playing guitar and create music instead of fucking going to school and becoming an IT analyst? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just told already what to do. They're telling them, nah, that's not good, bro. You can do them in the time off. You can do it as a hobby for 1 hour a day for your whole life. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like that's just crazy, bro. They just... It's modern day slavery, that's what I call it.
Yeah. Sometimes even the people around you will unintentionally kill your dreams because they had a bad experience with them trying it. You feel me? It's like, oh, no, I tried that business route. It's just be careful because this and that happened. It's like, well, you're not me.
Well, I'll tell you, my cousin, Andre, my older cousin, right? He tried to start a fashion company called Pineapple Express, right? Same as the fucking weed strain or whatever you want to say, right? Pineapple Express, right? And he had, canned pineapple. It was called canned pineapple, right? He had shirts with pineapples on them. I have one of his long sleeves. I like it a lot. It was one of my favorite stuff to wear, you know. But he said, "Oh, my fashion business didn't work out when I was, 20 in college, and so you shouldn't try and start your fashion business early. You should try and get a corporate job, make your $300K a year, and then you can start your fashion company."
DK's dream killers.
Exactly, that's a dream killer. That's my family. That's my favorite cousin. I love him the most, you know? But I had to tell him, look, that's just not my path. In reality, if I can make this fashion shit pop off in a year, 2 years, I'm gonna be the happiest. I'm gonna be the happiest I can ever be.
Even if you don't get it popping off.
Even if I don't, it's about the art. It's about spreading the love. That's what I'm saying.
For free. And then you'll notice, man, if you ever follow a passion and do something that helps, that serves people, that helps other people out, and it's something that you enjoy doing, you're gonna get paid for it eventually, and you're gonna enjoy the struggle. It's something that we will live broke for just to get it popping. It's one of those things.
Yeah.
And that's something, man. How the fuck? It goes back to yin yang. How do you expect to be so rich, man, when you're worried about, oh my God, I'm not gonna make any money because I'm trying this new business model out. I'm trying this new strategy out. I'm trying to start up a business. Like, hey, bro, you don't deserve anything good then if you're scared to make any risk, take any risk. You're scared for that shit.
And the
go
fact
back
that
to
you
school.
said scared is a big point because a lot of people out here still walking in fear, bro, walking in absolute fear. Everything around them. Oh yeah, the AI this and AI that. You gotta see opportunities. You can't see fear. You can't see fear in nothing because if you're scared, you ain't never gonna try. And if you don't try it, you don't find out if it's for you. Now, fear. Removing fear. Start with trusting yourself. Trust yourself more than you would hearing the next person's opinion. Because then if you know what you want and you trust in yourself to get there, you don't have to have the fear or the doubt that pulls you back from achieving what you know you can achieve.
You know, one of my favorite quotes this last week and two was faith over fear. Right? And faith really just comes down to believing in the unseen. That's what faith is. And if you really have faith in yourself, and obviously faith in God, knowing that you're going to get to where you want to be, you have faith in yourself, knowing that you're going to be the one who's going to get you there. You're going to do what you got to do to get yourself there, to get to where you want to be. You can't be moving in fear. You got to be moving in faith. Faith over fear will win every single time. And I implemented that. Bro, it's been an amazing 2 weeks after I heard that. I genuinely was just, like, damn, faith over fear. Like, if you only focus on faith, that's literally all you need. If you only focus on the self-belief, the faith in God, the faith that you're going to get there, that's all you need. What the hell else are you worried about?
That's true.
That's what takes people.
That's
to
true.
God.
And you know, I know Awaiz is talking to the religious people out there right now, but let me talk to the non-religious people out there, right? Because I'm not religious, right?
I
But
wouldn't say faith is religious. Faith is just
Faith is religious,
Faith
but-
is just believing in the unseen.
Yeah,
It doesn't have to
faith
be
is
religious.
believing in the
Because you believe
unseen.
you're gonna be a successful designer.
That's
right?
true. That's
so
true.
You got faith in that. That's what faith
That's
is.
true.
Giving you
That's
power
true.
by believing in it.
Yeah,
Giving you
because-
power.
But my point is, right? For people that can't see it through a religious or through a God perspective, right? The thing is, and I recently embraced this less than a week ago. I'll tell you, less than a week ago, I changed my life, right? I changed my whole mentality by saying, you know what? All of that fear, all of that anger that I have in life, I'm gonna release it. And instead, I'm gonna love myself. And that sounds like bogus, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds bogus, right? But if you embrace yourself and you see yourself as you truly are, because like I said earlier, you know, you're the only one that's lived your full life. Nobody else has lived your full life, right? You're the only one. So if you look at all of your blessings and you look at all of your mistakes all in one fucking glob, all in one ball, you'll see that probably, most likely, you're a good person, you know? And you'll see that you deserve everything that you wish for. You don't gotta believe in God for that. You know, I know you believe in God, you believe in God, you know, and all of that stuff. But for my people out there that don't relate to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can believe in yourself. I'm not saying replace yourself for God. You're not God, you know? You're never gonna be God. But you can believe in yourself and release your hate, and release your fear, and release your anxiety. And if you release all of that, you can truly learn to love yourself. You know?
I get what he's going at, because a lot of people have an issue with coming to the understanding and the knowledge of God. And there's nothing wrong with that, because he displays everything to us at a time that we can understand. But when it comes down to when you reach peaks and moments of total understanding within yourself, there is a chance for you to be able to develop into a total person. And that is a path of self-righteousness. You're still being guided. We're all still being guided. Irregardless of our choices, decisions, and actions, you're still being guided. It's living a better life. That's what you want, because your choices are going to get you there. Now, you can make bad choices and bad actions and bad decisions, but at the end of the day, does it make you a bad person? I don't think it does, because some people go through different turmoils and struggles, and this is what they have to do. They feel to get out of that situation. Perspective. It's all perspective. You can't judge somebody because they did this to get themselves out of this situation. You feel me? Because you don't know what they have been through. You have never been in their shoes. You feel me? So you cannot judge somebody for their perspective. So for all of those people out there, religious, non-religious, you know, inner work, outer work, however you choose to get it, don't let nobody judge you at all, because at the end of the day, your life, right? It's always gonna be your life. However you choose to find your peace is how you find your peace. That's living a true, full, total life, because we all, just by being here, you should be grateful. That's all blessed. Be grateful to be here, man, because many people are not to this day.
Yo, you know what's crazy? I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, no, you're good.
You know what the highest frequency can be on? Like the highest vibrations?
What's it?
Feeling, what emotion it is gratitude. That's the absolute highest.
That's true. That's true.
Everything is included in gratitude. The smallest wins, the biggest wins. Being alive every single day, man. If you really look at life, the highest vibration is gratitude. You're telling God, or you know, you're telling yourself even, because you're subconscious believing it. You say, you know what I have is really good, and I'm happy for what I have. I'm proud of what I have, and you deserve what you have. But if you know what the opposite end of the spectrum is, the lowest vibrational frequency, like to the emotion that you live on, is guilt. And guilt is the opposite of that, because you get guilt when you're like, oh, I'm not getting this life. Oh man, I could be doing this right now. Oh, why am I taking an extra 20 minutes to go to McDonald's while I could be working at my this? And you start feeling guilt. That's that shitty mindset that throws everything off track.
And it's easy for that to creep in too.
Yo,
That's something powerful that a lot of people don't actually pay attention to in themselves, because it'll lead you to a point so far down a path to where you actually lose sight of your goals and your mission. You feel me? It's like that guilt can creep in at a certain point, and it'll prevent you from moving forward. That's why it's like, don't be guilty about
lose your momentum.
nothing. You feel me? You lose your momentum. Don't be guilty. If you know you did something wrong, make up for it. But you don't have to hold the guilt. If you hold the guilt, it's gonna eat you. Tell the truth. Be
And
truthful.
the best thing you can do
feel
after
me?
you do something wrong, the best thing is literally understanding, okay, this is what I did. How can I come back from this? What's the next best thing I can do?
Facts.
That's it.
On top of that, you gotta forgive yourself and forgive people for your wrongdoings and their wrongdoings. You know, I've been reading this book, Repent and Repair. You know, it's kind of context in Jewish and Christian religion and stuff like that. I'm not religious personally, but
Okay.
you know, I like to read religious texts and
the fact
religious
that you take some
perspectives
guidance
and
is important.
stuff like that. You know, you gotta see all perspectives, really, right? And the main point of the book is like, you gotta focus on the person that you hurt, or if you're the one that's hurt, focus on yourself during that process. And you gotta forgive people, bro. You gotta forgive yourself, most importantly, for your wrongdoings, for other people's wrongdoings. You gotta forgive.
Because a lot of people be hypocrites, bro. Like, we be forgetting, we be judging people for the same stuff that we do almost every day or have done before. Like, maybe, yeah, you healed from it and you don't do it no more, but that don't mean you judge the person because they still doing it. You did it before.
It still happened.
You feel me? It's still happening. So you understand what it's like to be in that person's shoes. So don't judge them. Instead, if they need help, offer it to them. If they don't need help, love them through it, because eventually they're going to get out of it. You feel me? Just like you did.
Yeah, no, I do tag on to that, man. Actually, this summer, it's a little personal story. Is for the first time in my life, I actually forgave myself. I consciously wrote it down, talked to myself, like meditated, and actually forgave myself because I was watching a Bob Proctor documentary on the plane ride this summer, right? And it was a 12-hour plane ride. I was watching the Bob Proctor documentary, and it was about forgiving yourself first before you move on to anything else, because then you can actually have some type of gratitude in moving forward, in taking the next step, building that mindset, developing that mindset. It all starts with actually forgiving yourself. Listen, what I did in the past is what I did, right? Whatever I did, whoever I hurt, whatever I disappointed, that shit happened in the past. Now it's time for me to actually forgive myself so I can move forward. We're not dismissing them. We're just saying this is what I did. I forgive myself, but let's keep moving forward. That's it.
And
that's how you live.
And I'll add on to that, bro. I think it's so important to live in the moment, right? And truly living in the moment is understanding that, you know, I told Rashi this like maybe a week ago, you know, but your cells in your body regenerate every 20 years. Every 20 years, you're a completely new person physiologically. Like physiologically, your cells are different, bro. Your brain cells are different, right? So like every single cell in your body regenerates, dies, and regenerates every 20 years. You're gonna be a completely new person, right? And that scientific perspective helped me kind of achieve this clarity that, you know, like I said in my introduction, I didn't have that great of a childhood, you know. I grew up in Palmdale, California. If any of y'all are from Palmdale, shout out, you know. But it wasn't that great of a childhood, you know. And I had a lot of fucked up shit happen to me. I had done a lot of fucked up shit to people, and I have to both forgive myself and forgive the people that have harmed me. And that's when you truly find yourself, because when you hold grudges, I guarantee you it feels like a physical weight on your body when you hold a grudge, even if it's justified. Even if you feel like, hey, that grudge is justified, that person fucked up my life, that person permanently scarred me, whatever it is, whatever your situation is, you know, you gotta forgive that person, and most importantly, you gotta forgive yourself.
Actually, what I do,
right?
I feel like part of forgiving yourself is forgiving that person, because you're only, even if you have to hold that grudge, man, just forgive that person so you can actually forgive yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of the process. You gotta do one. That's one. I think it's not clicking in my head. Do you guys understand what I'm saying?
I mean, I believe in a singular conscious, you know? A singular conscious. Like, all of humanity
Oh shit.
is
It is.
and
Right.
can eventually arrive on the same vibration. You know, and we're slowly moving toward that, where we all achieve the same vibration.
Oh,
we
we
all
actually-
understand each
Yeah,
other.
we are.
Slowly, we are.
For that?
That's so actually the evidence is actually within you, my man. The connection that you feel to the people around you and next to you is a direct and for sure correlation to the vibrational change of this planet that we're standing on right now. And with that information and light coming in, which we get that from the sun, the information that's coming in and hitting our bodies every day, like he said, vaporizing our actual cells and turning us into different beings as we age. With that comes also intelligence as well, and actual understanding where common sense came from, the actual understanding of the next person next to you as opposed to ostracizing that person from your life, you feel me? We all coexist together. So the only way to do that is to coexist together, you feel me, in consciousness and in physical.
And y'all gotta understand, think about this, right? There are so many millions of planets, thousands of galaxies. If our universe is infinite, right? Think about the chance that you're here. Think about the chance that we could develop cameras and lighting, and the fact that all three of us could come together and develop this podcast.
Facts.
Like, the entirety of that is insane, right? Like, y'all agree, like,
Three
that's
different walks
insane.
of life in this
3 different walks of life.
exact area with the same mindsets as far as business, life, and everything related. And we in the same area. That shows you the power of vibrational frequency. All of that brought us together.
And we in America, and none of our families are from here, but we all came together, which is crazy, right?
Hey, I got brought here on the boat.
So you got brought here on the boat.
Years back, my DNA got brought here on the boat. You feel me? So we all still really developing, finding that true inner lineage, bro.
That's actually
Yeah.
Well, with that,
By
man,
choice or not, we're all here.
literally by choice or not, we all here. It's the straight truth. It's literally the straight truth. But with that, y'all, we're gonna end this podcast off here. We appreciate y'all checking in to the Real Spill tonight. It's about what, 1:30 a.m. probably or something around there.
128.
1:28.
1:28.
You feel me? Hey, we on
His
the
time clock is
intellectual
crazy.
time, you feel me? At the end of the day, again, it's my homie Raadhu.
What's up?
Yeah, this was great, bro. We dropped hella wisdom. We dropped
Y'all gonna
a lot
see
of
us very frequent.
All right, let me shout out my business real
Hey,
quick.
do your thing, gang.
Again, I'm the founder of Chrome Vision. You know, our vision statement is reflect on yourself before you judge others. That's really what my mission is, right? Spread art, reflect on yourself before you judge others. Website Chrome Vision, ChromEVZN.com. Tap in.
It's gonna be tagged at the bottom right under.
It's gonna be tagged for sure. Ways, talk your shit.
So,
Hey, listen, this is Awaiz saying farewell to Rashi for having me on such a great podcast, such an amazing talk, a lot of thoughts, ideas, connections, man. And it was fun, man. My name is Awaiz. Follow me on Instagram. Drop value, motivation. Let's get it.
A ways to lift.